God is now calling upon the despised and the rejected to become the cornerstone and the builders of a new world. And so our brief subject today:
the inner cities and the ghettos, the hood and the trap. It's about who you are, not where you from or where you at. Ain't gotta say you a real nigga if you really real. Got so good at faking, real don't recognize real. We done weaponized real, it's synonymous with killing ish. I remember when being anonymous was the realest ish. Now we shout in the crowded spaces, cloud chasing, no loyalty.
Newspaper? No, independent black newspaper.
Thank you, Akeem.
Yes, sir, my brother. It's all love. Newspaper today, brother. Brother, you from Somalia?
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. All right, it's nice to meet you, man. I'm Brother Farrakhan. What's your name, brother?
KJ.
KJ? Nice to meet you, brother. I'm from the Nation of Islam, and we out here sharing a message, trying to save the black man's life, trying to put something beautiful in our head to help us counteract all this stuff we're learning from white supremacy. You know what I mean? That's got us in this condition that we're in. Because we're not living our natural lives right now. You know what I mean? This ain't our natural self. All the abuse we put on our body, all the abuse we giving our women, all the abuse we giving our children, this ain't our natural self. By nature, we're beautiful human beings. You know what I mean? We're peaceful brothers. We God-fearing individuals. The white man got us out here running around like savages, beating up each other, killing each other, hitting our women, leaving our children to rot. You know what I'm saying? That ain't our natural selves, man. And the only thing that's going to change that is knowledge. Because God is here to save black people. God is not a white man. He's not a dead white man named Jesus. Man, God is so asleep, you know what I mean? But we're going to wake ourselves up. We're not going to ask him for nothing. We're not going to ask our slave master for nothing. We're going to wake ourselves up. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm out here doing, trying to wake up my brother.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So like, somebody trying to develop to be better, right? And how you say odds? Well, not odds against you, but it's the odds that you see that are against you.
Yeah.
And you trying to, like, how you say, succeed in the right way. Yeah. But it's a lot of you know what I'm saying?
Damn near impossible.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's like the advice I wanted to ask was like, how I'm 23 by the way. So like, how somebody will move? And I'm like experiencing homelessness, right?
Yeah.
So how would somebody transform themselves within an obstacle? Like,
yeah, so you're saying, how do you overcome impossible odds to become the man that you want to become?
yeah.
Despite what we've been through, despite self-hatred, despite white supremacy, despite no money, lack of education, no car, all that, right?
Yeah.
Like, where do you start? One thing the white man never taught us is the law of cause and effect. So the law of cause and effect says that whatever you do right this moment is going to come back to you. So if you do right and you do good, right and good is going to come back to you. If you think of success and positivity is going to come back to you. So one thing I want to say is, before I was in the Nation of Islam, when I was living a crazy life, I didn't understand the condition I was in was the result of my own actions.
What condition was it?
It was horrible. It's very similar to yours. It was horrible. So what I started doing was I started treating people better. In particular, I started treating the woman in my life better. It was like directly related to the way I was treating my woman. Directly. I'm not saying that's what you're going through, but the way we treat ourselves is the same thing. I was abusing myself. You cannot have an independent thought, a free thought, if you're drunk. It's not going to work. If you're high, you can't think about how to be a free, independent black man, and you high. Once you have an independent thought, you can find success. Once you stop doing the things that's going to force negative to come back to you, you can have success. So by thinking right and doing right, you manifest your own destiny. You have to be the moral superior of your enemy to go to war. Their superpower is evil. Your superpower is truth and honesty. So when a white man turned us into liars, he destroyed our power to create. Once you decide to be honest, you have your powers back. You have your thoughts back. You can be a free and independent black man once you give up what he put in your head that told you was right, that you instinctively know is wrong. Once you do that, you can be yourself again, brother. Once you're yourself, you can do anything you want, brother.
Toward a more perfect union. Toward a more perfect union. When Jefferson said toward a more perfect union, he was admitting that the union was not perfect, that it was not finished, that work had to be done.
You call it giving game, I say it's wisdom. It's not a game at all, pay attention. It pays to listen more than you speak. Listen and learn more than you teach. You'll find the truth the more that you seek, and achieve more the more that you reach. It's more than getting money, it's more than trying to eat. It's more than survival. It's more than
How you doing, my brother?
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Have you heard of this time before?
Yes, sir. I done read them. I read them.
Yes, sir. What's your name, brother?
My name Terry. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm Brother Farrakhan.
How you doing, Brother Farrakhan?
But I hope you enjoy this paper. It's a back issue.
I read them too.
I already know, man. Listen, we appreciate your support, man. We don't want no money now. We just out here just trying to share the word.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. You have to pay $2 for them.
Have you heard the minister's latest lectures?
No, I haven't.
He got one called The Criterion that he gave on July 4th. That one is one you might want. It's on NOI.org. That's the one you want to check out.
I visit y'all malls. No, I'm not a Muslim, but I visit y'all malls over there on Cameron Road. Down there.
Oh yeah, for
They had the military thing. They was doing the thing, man. I was out to record it, man. I said, whoa,
That's
I love
inspiring,
it.
right?
Yeah, man. I love
that
it.
was one of the things that inspired me to be a Muslim.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But a brother like yourself come in there, man, you get some military training.
And
They cracking exact, man.
They told me that Muslims is like Christians, like they mix it up together some kind of way. They're not Christian, but they respect each other's values or something like that. That's what they were talking about. Am I right?
Yeah, you're 100% right, bro.
Yeah.
How you build good habits in a bad environment?
It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. The first thing it starts with is knowledge. What are good habits? How do I create good habits? And then it's just a matter of time before you implement them. You can do it, but it takes time.
And so, like, does discipline fall in line within? Like, how did you build your discipline?
I went to the mosque, and the mosque saved me from my own ignorance. I fell in line with the brotherhood. I started drilling. I learned what left face, right face meant. I learned to eat 1 meal a day. The most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the new life starts with 1 meal a day.
Hey.
He said, your heaven begins with 1 meal a day. That's what he said. If you can stop eating breakfast and lunch and drinking, I'm not saying you drink this morning, if you can stop doing anything and get down to 1 meal a day, you will have the discipline to do everything else, because eating is natural. If you can give up the natural inclination to eat, you can give up the inclination that's unnatural. Fornication, drinking, smoking dope, robbing, stealing, killing, whatever you're doing. If you can control your own desire to eat, you gain self-mastery and you overcome your environment.
That's what I want to get to, self-mastery, you know, but
it starts with 1 meal a day, between 4 and 6 p.m. That's the key. That's the first step. That's the first measurable step. It's 4 to 6 p.m., 1 meal a day. The mosque is closed, so you can't rely on the brotherhood right now. You got to rely on you and God.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So since like the brotherhood can't meet up, right?
Yeah.
Is this a test for you?
For me? Absolutely, brother. That's why I'm out here to strengthen myself. I'm out here for you, but I'm also out here to save myself from becoming a Negro. From becoming the person that I was before I became a Muslim.
Content.
Yeah, because you're either living or you're dying. You're not staying still.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dying, you know. I was like confident in myself, you know what I'm saying? I knew what I wanted, you know what I'm saying? It went from
dreams to survival.
Yeah, you know, yeah, it went from damn, I'm gonna get that to damn, what can I get now? I was getting to a point where I was liking myself.
Yeah.
Like I was actually, you know what I'm saying, understanding myself, and I look in the mirror and I be like, damn, bro, we got to start this process again. Like every time, like as soon as I get like a little of self-belief again, it's like, you know how in jail you get entrapped and it's a wall, it's an actual wall that you can see.
Yeah, the white man's world is a prison cell for a black man.
And so imagine being outside free, but mentally like
enslaved,
have a wall, but you
wall.
can't see. You know what I'm saying? At least in jail, when you sit and you can look at the four walls and knowing what you're stressing about. You're like, damn, I'm here, but I'm free. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, I'm trapped. I'm free, but I'm mentally trapped because I'm like, I'm stuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, it's like invisible four walls, and I'm like, I don't want to get to the point where I'm grabbing my head and content with that four wall. You know what I'm saying? Because
you want to escape while it's still time.
Yeah, because even if you content with that four wall,
you're done for.
And then like a few years later, you change your mind saying that you want to progress and all that, you got to wait into the concrete rock. You know what I'm saying? Because the concrete already solid.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's already
deep, bro.
You feel me? It's already solid. You got.
All right, so let me ask you a question. If the lion is the king of the jungle, right?
Yeah.
If you go to certain parts in Africa and you find a lion and he's the king of that jungle, right? If you take that lion out, you bring him to America, you put him in a circus, right? You have that lion have babies, right? When those babies come out, you kill the parent lion and you raise the baby lions to believe that they're supposed to be circus lions, right? They don't know that they're king of the jungle. They believe that they're born to serve in a circus, right? The only way you can tell those lions the truth is if you find another lion from the wild, from the jungle, and bring them to teach the lions in the circus that they're supposed to be in the jungle. This is why when you ask the question, how can you overcome your environment, it's damn near impossible. Because environment is stronger than nature. Whatever environment you in turns you into itself if you don't have enough knowledge to turn the environment into an extension of yourself. So right now, we're the lions in a circus. We're not ourselves. If your mother was a Muslim, you were supposed to be a Muslim. You're supposed to say, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. And that says all praise due to Allah. That'll give you the electrical energy that's natural to you. You're not supposed to be talking about God in the white man's language. You're not supposed to be talking about God with an image of a dead white man in your head. You have no power to overcome white supremacy unless you are your natural self. Your natural self is a Muslim, born, meant to serve and do the will of God. This man, Farrakhan, he's the example of what a free black man looks like. And now he's showing us that it's possible, like an example. An example. And by having an example, you can learn how to get back into the jungle. You can learn what it means to be the king of the jungle. You can be reorientated and re-educated. You feel what I'm saying? You need an example. You're not supposed to be out here by yourself. We're not supposed to be out here without a leader. God is our leader, but since we don't know God, God gets us to know him through another human being. So we don't worship Minister Farrakhan. He's a teacher. And he's an example of what we could become if we submit to the truth. You feel what I'm saying?
Union means bringing elements are components into unity. It is something formed by uniting two or more things for some common purpose.
Every block from Cottage Grove to Stony Island, all the bodegas, Brownsville to Coney Island. For every East Side and Martin Luther King Drive, for every suit and tie, final call and bean pie, and those raising the dead by the thousand, the Kaaba, and those that circumambulate around it, those that rep they set with fingers, Mecca and Medina. We are not one if we let them get between us. Black power, black unity, there's too many artificial barriers between you and me. Ye are all gods, children of the one Lord, but can't generate power.
How you doing, my brother? Not something that may save our life, brother.